OpenAI's new safety team is led by board members. The Internet Archive has been fending off DDoS attacks for days. And the TikTok ban law will be argued in court this September. It's Wednesday, May 29th, and this is Engadget News. OpenAI has created a new safety and security committee less than 2 weeks after the company dissolved the team tasked with protecting humanity from AI's existential threats. This latest iteration of the group responsible for OpenAI's safety guardrails will include 2 board members and CEO Sam Altman, raising questions about whether the move is little more than self-policing theater amid a breakneck race for profit and dominance alongside partner Microsoft. The new team follows co-founder Ilya Sutskever's and Jan Leike's high-profile resignations, which raised more than a few eyebrows. Their former super alignment team was only created last July. A cynical take would be that a company focused primarily on shiny products while trying to fend off the PR blow of high-profile safety departures might create a new safety team led by the same people speeding toward those shiny products. The safety departures earlier this month were not the only concerning news from the company recently. It also launched and quickly pulled a new voice model that sounded remarkably like 2-time Oscar nominee Scarlett Johansson. The Safety and Security Committee plans to evaluate and further develop the company's processes and safeguards over the next 90 days. After that, the group will share its recommendations with the entire board. After the whole leadership team reviews its conclusions, it will publicly share an update on adopted recommendations in a manner that is consistent with safety and security. In its blog post announcing the new Safety and Security Committee, OpenAI confirmed that the company is currently training its next model, which will succeed GPT-4. If you could not access the Internet Archive and its Wayback Machine over the past few days, well, that's because the website has been under attack. In a blog post, the nonprofit organization announced that it's warding off an intermittent DDoS cyber attack. Over the Memorial Day weekend, the organization posted on X that most of its services are not available due to bad actors pummeling its website, with tens of thousands of fake information requests per second. On Tuesday morning, it warned that it's continuing to experience service disruptions because the attackers have not stopped targeting it. The website's data doesn't seem to be affected, though, and you could still look up previous pages' content whenever you could access it. The Internet Archive has yet to identify the source of the attacks, but it did talk about how libraries and similar institutions are being targeted more frequently these days. One of the institutions it mentioned was the British Library, whose online information system was held hostage for ransom by a hacker group last year. It also talked about how it's being sued by the U.S. book publishing and U.S. recording industries, which accuse it of copyright infringement. TikTok will face off with the Justice Department this fall in its bid to stop a law that could lead to a ban of the app in the United States. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia set a September date for oral arguments in 2 cases, challenging a law that requires ByteDance to sell the app or face a ban. TikTok filed a lawsuit claiming that the law was unconstitutional earlier this month. The company has said that divesting from ByteDance is simply not possible, and that it had already negotiated with the U.S. government to address national security concerns. Separately, a group of TikTok creators are also challenging the law. They claim that the law violates their First Amendment rights because they would lose their ability to communicate on the platform. TikTok is reportedly paying the creators legal fees in the case. In September, the appeals court will hear challenges in both cases, which have been consolidated. As Reuters notes, the September date lines up with TikTok's desire for a fast-track schedule in the case, which could eventually end up before the Supreme Court. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by senior editor Carissa Bell and contributors Will Shanklin and Mariella Moon, and was voiced and produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll return tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.